Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you, yes, you, right there, you, go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. As well as the Big Stompy Robots lines of books and games. Now, we have a lot to talk about. Hey, it's Monday. And we are coming into the week with style and with panache. Been a lot going on. Had a very busy weekend. We'll fill you in. Part of my weekend was finishing. Actually, was having my wife and brother finish chipping away the ice and gunk to get a vehicle out. And ironically, with everything going on, the truck's not starting and everything. I hopped in the Cavalier. It started right up and I roared off on a minor adventure. My minor adventure took me throughout Lafayette, which I did not know had, a good chunk of Lafayette, West Lafayette, that is, that there were power outages at certain traffic lights. It was fun. But, beyond that, a brief discussion with Benton County's finest. Shout out to the Sheriff's Department who let me know that my license plate lights were out. We went trucking all over. I went trucking all over, picked up some stuff, got some things done. I have, accountability-wise, been doing a lot of the backup setup for a request. That'd be the one for Dawn and Ted. Now I have to take this poll down because it is completely in my way right now for what I'm doing. If I need to do overhead stuff, I'll just try to leave this where I find it. But there we go. It doesn't. I don't need to waste its ratcheting ability. It just needs to not be that much of a pain in the derriere. Now, we all know how well that's probably going to work, but 'tis what it is, what it is. I also spent a good deal of time, not the full time, sitting back and listening to a refresher course on psychology by Uncle Carl's Drunken Psychology. Really good. I'm glad to see Carl doing what he's very good at, and using his tremendous education and experience to do what he spent so much time doing in a format that may inspire or help people regardless of his interference. People forget how fire and forget these videos are. I myself, beyond trying to catch up with those late at night, would like to answer, Nick, why do you not watch a lot of the videos? A lot of the videos that my friends produce, which I love to watch when I can, either interfere with my family time or are not Xander safe. And when I hear something expressly won't be Xander safe, I can't really watch it until such time as I get a window. And normally, when I have a window of time to myself, I am using it either on some kind of project or I am, writing towards things that need done. I have a great many things that need done. And I am digging into them. I don't want to over announce it because if I announce things, my brain tends to think that, oh, you've said it, therefore it's done. There's no pressure. It's a weird thing. I have to keep the balance there. But as I learn my rules, things get better. Beyond that, this week is going to be a good week. I'm optimistic because I do have things I need to get done. And if I can bang them out, I can catch up on a few more things that just, again, need to be done. I have come to the conclusion that my fiction books are things that I tend to write, and they're very good, but they don't market themselves well. That's true, they don't market themselves well. I haven't found the niche, and I think part of it's going to be I have to do some serious cover redesigns, which I can't do till I get 2 sets of skills cleared up. One set of skills I need to do for several of my books is upgrading and using a new approach to layouts to get that professional look I want. And the other is I have to find a better way to create vector images. And I'm working on that, which is why I'm delayed in the production of the calligraphy that I was requested. Because really, that's all that is. Font making is just reproducible calligraphy. So I'll probably end up, instead of doing the font first, I may just do the 2 t-shirt designs first. See if I can get them to hop over to raster, to vector, so that they can be infinitely resized and fiddle with. And then, if I get it time, I will convert it into a font because I have plans for that font. But I can't let myself get lost in the weeds on that project when I have so many other projects to go through. So I will be dealing with that. It's interesting. And as such, balancing out what I have to do is going to be a challenge for me. Organization being my greatest bane. And I can really look back and see how much it's held me back. So I have to vault forward. One must admit one's flaws. I'm sure most of you have seen the news It looks like the majority, if not all, the files have been released, and very little is terribly surprising in any of that. So I acknowledge that, but I don't care to discuss it all that much. Simply because more informed people are doing it already. What I am going to discuss is, what are you doing? I want to see some of you guys get out there, kick butt, and take names. Now, that's not Joe. Joe kicks butt and takes names incessantly, and I'm starting to worry about the man. Good Lord. But for the rest of us mere mortals, there's a lot that could be done and enhanced to make what we want to have happen. So I'm going to be doing that. Like I said, I have a lot I need to do, and I would really like, if possible this week, to bang out as much of like the video content I have to do as early as possible to free up the later time without the dread. So I may be doing a bunch of recording sessions. Haven't quite decided. If my costuming looks real familiar over a certain amount of time, you know what's going on. Beyond that, it's going to be a good week, guys. I know a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are upset. That's fine. That's natural. But we can still make things as good as we can if we actively choose to. And I'm not talking toxic positivity. Anybody who knows me knows I don't roll that way. But what I am talking about is maintenance. It is, God, I hate mindfulness. It's not that I hate mindfulness. It's just I've had so many people try to highlight mindfulness to me, and that doesn't work really well with the way my brain works. But what we do have, guys, is opportunity. The groundhog has said we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. I don't care what the groundhog says. Why would anybody want to dump belief in a groundhog? I rebuke that business. No, thank you very much. No, I believe that the temperature is going to do what it does. It's going to stay relatively insane, but in the current new meta, not the pre-global warming tipping point meta, and we're going to figure it out. I am up poop creek sans paddle about a lot of things. Beyond that, we're going to do good. And I want to know what you guys are up to. I want to know what you did this weekend. I'm working really hard because I was reading through Haints and Hellfire 2, trying to just enjoy a little bit of my own writing and get back into the groove for that before I deep dive some nonfiction that may take me a long time, but if I can get in the flow, it won't take me any. But I want to know what you guys are up to. I want to know what your priorities are. Speak to me, my friends. Tell me what you're doing so I can try to help you be the you want to be. And as always, any questions, comments, hit me up in the comments. But before we get to your comments, we have to do some promotion. I cannot advertise IndieCD till I get the new IndieCD ad. So I am going to promote Trelana like I usually do. All righty. Let's hit the comments. Let's see what you guys are up to. Lots of comments. First through the doors, Carl Witzman at 9:41. Good morning, everyone. You survived the weekend, and now it's start a week. Now we start a new week. Yep, and that's the plan. Thank everyone who came to or later watched the psychology show on my channel. I am making my way through it, and like I said, it sounds like a whole lot of very familiar lectures. But then again, I took the courses. One of my secondaries was in psychology, so it's neat to hear the telling through the lens of Carl. Found it very interesting. It is. I did as well, though I had a bone to pick with my brain. Hey, Dan. No, we got greetings. Oh, greetings, Dan. And hello, Foxy. Hey, Donna. What's going on with your brain, Foxy? And you mentioned most people can't concentrate on one thing in pain at a time. I found fibromyalgia that doesn't listen to brain limits. Most people can only concentrate on one thing, I would say, at a time. And in fact, most people who are multitasking are actually serial monotaskers from my observations and humble studies. But when you have a lot of pain and you have it consistently, you do adapt. And I love words like most or most frequently. I love when there's qualifiers, because in the realm of outliers, you find the most interesting people. And yep. Carl says some neurological ailments can mess with the gating. But yes, if you analyze the pain, there's usually one pain that is greater than the others. Yep. Hey, Trey. Hey, Trey. Hey, Trey. We'll probably come back to that topic later. Hint, hint. You know how I use me as a case study? Such a delicious. Oh, God, behave. All notes Uncle Carl's been taking in the green room would come to fruition. It's almost like it was planned. And apparently, and hi, Trey. I totally blasted through the morning all. I'm a little foggy. We'll probably come back later. You want to use me as a case study? That's nice. And it sounds like Carl has been wounded in the service of our entertainment. I would be glad to know I woke up with an appetite this morning. I guess I'm on the mend. I'm glad to hear it, sir. Hypermobility disorder, likely Taylor Daniels. Yes, that. So I get extra hurtings. It does reset your pain. What your normal pain level is resets your tolerance for pains. I'll certainly attest to that. I'm the guy who has completely not noticed bone breaks because it didn't hurt enough compared to the other constant injuries. That now I know that, well, that's a little weirder. I'm actually getting medication and treatment on that sort of thing. But yeah. Hi, Kat. And Dan. And morning, kitties. Great, Dan. Good to hear. The boys have been enjoying their new cat tree. Both of them took naps in the top bed. That's adorable. And both cats got off. I got both cats off with minimum injury. To you or them? Both. Nice. 25 degrees now, up to 31. It's a heat wave. Woohoo! Oh, hi! Hi, Molly. How you doing? I'm sorry, the YouTube thing threw me. How are you? And good morning. And lots of greetings from our dear friend Angelina. How are you? Are you staying warm? I worry about my Southerners. And at Carl Witzman Streams, you're going to look for the Drunk Psychology with Uncle Carl. And granddaughter came home with her aunts, from her aunts with a lovely case of tummy flu. Oh, God. There is a really weird bug going around. It hit all of us, and it hits, I mean, around here, it only hit us for like not even a full day, just, and then you're fine. So I hope it's that brief for everybody else. Oh, poor thing. I have to check that out, Carl. That tummy flu going around sure is a nasty one. Hey, Angelina, don't forget to like and share, folks. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. How you doing? Glad you're feeling better, Captain Dan. Yeah, she came home pretending to hop in the shower and didn't make it. Oh, she's now sound asleep. Actually, okay, Michaels, do we know you by another name? I'm on my screen, so I can't see the profile pic. And Botrix has correctly joined the channel. And I'm going to have to check out that brain and perception video. Headphone users, use caution. And I have, this is Angelina speaking, I have tardive dyskinesia and restless leg syndrome that gives me a lot of discomfort at night. I see. I have a litany of things that keep me well up into the night if I'm allowed. I saw a video from a neurologist. My speech impediment is getting me. That said, if you concentrate on the limb that doesn't hurt, the one that does will calm down. I was shocked when it worked. Amazing, huh, Angelina? We talked about something similar last night. I'm a little bit back. We have a Lafayette down here. See, I switch back and forth because I didn't grow up around here. So I'll say Lafayette, and then I'll say Lafayette, and it depends kind of on my mood and how I'm around, whom I'm around. Except locals down here, Lafayette. You should hear how they pronounce Ponce de Leon. Okay. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Nick. You're welcome. Mindfulness is good, but it's become the new essential oil. Yes. And I will postulate, I will humbly submit, when someone has to work very hard to deal with hypervigilance, that focusing on mindfulness, if not presented correctly, can be remarkably ineffective. And to no small amount insulting when presented poorly. Yes, but we barely had a winner here, says Foxy. Our projected high is 57. It's been like this most of the winter here, too. Whereas here, middle of Utah. Good morning, Dawn. So much for marketing campaign of best snow on Earth. Hey, Dawn. You may need to check your thumbnail picture out, Dawn. It appears to be broken. Greetings. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, all. Hope all that are I hope that all are safe and warm, had an enjoyable weekend. It's 26 degrees here at the moment. It's 24 at our lovely Earl Park studio. I'm going to be I have some new material to reseal this window, but I wanted to see how bad it was out there. I may be doing elaborate jumpings of my truck. Kenzie Michaels, hi Dawn, hey Chris, hey. And Trey, it's Molly. Sorry, I had to take the phone call from my daughter. It happens. Wait, she's squeeing? Awesome. I'll give her something else to squee about. Yeah, there you go. Dawn is the creative mistress mind behind her stories of Buddy and Georgette, as well as her Puzzle Time show, which I'm going to run an ad for. All righty, we'll go right back into your comments. Let's see. Okay, there we are. Ted may want to try biscuits and gravy this morning, so if I poof, you know why. Fingers crossed in so many ways. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I might poof if offered biscuits and gravy. Like a good breakfast gravy. White gravy with the sausage gravy. Yeah. My wife finally corrupted me to that stuff, and took her a few years, but got me there. No, wait. And oh, nice. And we pronounce it Lafayette down here. It's so redneck and hillbilly, it's not even funny. Well, I travel in so many circles, and I tend to code switch between them that because I have traveled in so many circles, I never know how I'm going to pronounce any given thing. And that's without speech impediments in the way. Molly, we love Molly. Molly's great people. That boy has become a human vacuum for soft food. Good! Great, Don. Hey, Chris, working today? Oh, before I forget, while I was out, I procured treats for Mandy and Xander because I am a wise husband. And, while I was procuring treats for them, I was literally obligated to procure a treat for myself. Now, I am loath to do so. I prefer to get myself the cheapest large chunk of ice cream I can, or, some bootleg drumsticks if I'm feeling nostalgic. But when I get Mandy fancier ice creamy things, which I have to due to the price of non-dairy stuff, she insists I get myself something fancy. So I got Blue Bunny does this soft, Blue Bunny soft stuff, and it really does almost taste like or real close to soft serve. It's really good. I got the chocolate and vanilla, and I got, just a little tiny bit because I didn't want to blow my sugars out of proportion. But very good. Very good. Not sponsored, but Blue Bunny, if you want to hook a fat man up, it would be appreciated. And I say that because he may really like that too, Dawn. I think these things. Hi, Chris. Are you working today? Oh, great. It's great. He has makeup munchies to do. I'm glad he's able to eat again. Emmy and I caused some shenanigans, then puzzling. Squee again. I'll give her something to squee about. Yeah, I felt not the green room on that one, but it just came rumbling from down here sometimes. Ha. We're incorrigible. Indeed, you really are. Yes, I'm working, Angelina, but not until this afternoon. And that's why I love you. Dirty minds think alike. Thanks for playing my hat. Of course. I have to remember to check the date on the battery in Lynn's car. Its electrical system is acting funky. We suspect the battery has passed its best buy date. It could be, and, batteries that die in the summer have their funerals in the winter. That's good, Chris. I hope that warms up by then. I go to the gym most mornings, but when I woke up, it was 17 degrees. I stayed home. That could be, Dan. I hope it's that easy. I keep trying to think of a topic I could do a live stream on, but I'm coming up with nothing. Well, it's hold on. What you have to do is start with what you're most passionate about. If you want to do a live stream or pre-record it, either what you're most passionate about or what you're most informed on. I didn't know y'all ate biscuits and gravy. My wife's family came from Southern Illinois. And Indiana's a different sort of place anyway. So you get some appreciation for the finer things in life from a few. I had not really engaged much in biscuits and gravy before I met my lovely wife, but I'm originally from out west. And we do it here too. And Angelina, I put off for a long time. Live streaming isn't for everyone. There isn't any LA. It's Lafayette. I'm having trouble speaking normally. Adjusting my accent is not working real well today, but that's okay. There's a place up north famous for them. It was even on TV. Love biscuits and gravy, but milk in the gravy doesn't like me. Fair enough. Speaking of treats, oof, yeah. That skillet cookie last night was, dear Lord. They oopsed our pizza, so we got a freeze sauce, and the cheese curds looked a certain way. See? Shenanigans. Tell them how Mayretta's spelled, LOL. Mayretta, hope that's really close to Atlanta. Keep talking dirty, Don. Oh, yes. Then she tried to get me to eat a truffle. My body actually said no. I shocked myself. I want a cookie. We all want cookies. But since we don't have cookie because Brian K. Morris hogs her, it won't share. I'm going to run a commercial. Be back in a minute. got to see my shirt right up a little bit. Oh, don't get too hot and bothered by that. Chunky Nick is feeling chunky. All righty. Yes, I know Dr. Pepper isn't water. But it is good to me. And right now, I could use all the friends in the world, and I don't have time between takes to set up a coffee drink. So, yeah. Of course you do, Foxy. Ted just scolded me for not getting dressed. I guess Breaky is on like Donkey Kong. Oh, my. Wait, there is so much to unpack in this lovely sentence, Dawn. But yes, get dressed and have a lovely breakfast and make us all jealous. Enjoy, Dawn. Have a nice breakfast. And I'm thinking of having a nice breakfast too. But Nick, didn't you eat before the stream? Oh, honey child, I will tell you today, my alarm clock was still set on weekend time, so I woke up at 9 o'clock for a 10 o'clock show and had to zoomies around the house just a little bit to get everything done. And I still had time to settle down, get everything set up for my stream, neglect a few of the finer things in life, but read through my book, Haints and Hellfire 2. Trelena, you need to catch up, start catching up, because I'm about to, I'm thinking, unless I get a lot of comforting support from my beta readers not to, I am thinking that they're going to need a lot of Roundup out in Valesburg, because without some support of that nature, there might be a dandelion outbreak, a big old dandelion outbreak. What you think? How's that sound? That get your motor running? I'm wondering about it. Sometimes you got to hit the hard stuff early. Yeah, you're not even playing. This is the kind with the cream soda. Now, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. If you ever get a chance, because a few years back, Dr. Pepper made themselves a dark chocolate cherry Dr. Pepper. It came out for Valentine's Day. It was a few years back. I tell you what, my friends, this was the nectar of the lowercase gods. I tell you what. And of course, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. Made me melt like butter. And they discontinued it quickly because, how dare they make a pop that's actually tasty? Or a soda to some of our friends. Or a soda pop to some of our other friends. Or it's all Coke to a few of my other friends. Again, not sponsored, but Dr. Pepper, you want to hook me up? Now, where were we? Did you get anywhere? No, I haven't been able to sit down and draw. It takes me a while in the morning, usually for my pain meds to kick in, to have my hands work. So we will see. This has been a very, very, very rough set of days for me. I'll do what I can, and I will get on that. We were dripping the kitchen sink to avoid frozen pipes. Calvin decided to take a shower in the sink, then get on my lap. That's love. And Molly says, my hubby and youngest son had the audacity to go to breakfast without you. The fact I wasn't out of bed yet, minor problem. I could have gotten dressed in 5 minutes. Indeed. Good morning. Good morning. And they didn't see, this is where they went wrong. They didn't bring you anything back. Hey, Dave. In their defense, I will tell you, I got in trouble. I got in trouble on my Lafayette run. Now I'm going to be hypersensitive about how I choose to pronounce that. I am hyper-focused on it. Dang it, it's going to fixate. But Mandy said, while you're out, get yourself a burger, because Burger King has that deal, and bring me home a couple, if you can. And that while I was down in Lafayette, she forgot it was a Saturday night in a college town with Burger King having a cheap burger deal on. I think I'd still be in line. You couldn't get into the parking lot. You had to be in line 3 stores down to wait. So none of us got Burger King, but she got upset because she didn't get Burger King. Which is justified. It's justified. So next time I take her down to Lafayette, I have no choice but to get her Burger King. And in their defense, they're walking out the door when granddaughter came home. Somebody had to help her. Okay, that's fair. Holding your card for tomorrow, Munsey battle then. Yay! Oh, cool. They didn't leave me. See, they left you coffee. That's why they're alive. And things I am passionate about. Okay. Cool. I love this. Horror and sci-fi movies. You have my attention, madam. Deconstructing literature. I'm a BLS with a triple primary in English, business, and history. Again, you have my attention, madam. Putting on makeup. As an artist, I believe that is sorcery. Cool. Writing creative nonfiction. Honey, I need your links. I need an ad. Yes, please. And public speaking. Yeah, titillating. Okay. Let's go. All right. Public speaking. That goes right into a live stream. Bam. Cut that off. Writing creative nonfiction. Either you could talk about how to write better, because Lord knows we need it, or you will be writing creative nonfiction, so to speak, when you are setting up your scripts if you do scripted works. Horror, sci-fi movies, yes, just yes. Talk about them, whatever. Deconstructing literature. Hey, if it's horror and sci-fi literature, you can splice it together. It worked for Dominic Noble? I think that's his last name. Anyway, putting on makeup. So you do your makeup thing. You pull a Charlotte Dubray and talk makeup, or you do it while you're talking about horror and sci-fi. You can always splice these things together. And remember, you don't have to be a success financially or epically. Put some good out in the world. You might get some good back. That's all you have to worry. You also have a lot of people who will happily try to make your shows, and people will happily promote your shows. This is a great group, and I love, you see, I will tell you guys a great secret. Ironically, for someone as arachnophobic as I am, I think, and I socially engineer in webs. It is one of my great joys to take a group over here and a group over here and connect them and get the best ones connected to the other best to make this nice little pattern of connectivity and hopefully light and support. I just am very careful to make sure that I can get my little piece of it punched right out and it'll still be stable. It's very annoying to some people that I do this, but it is something I do. And that is one of my great hobbies. That's not even a hobby. It's not even an act. that is simply a modus operandi? Possibly. It's certainly a standing operating procedure. But this is why I broadcast this goofy talk show, because I love talking and helping people. I broadcast art streams. I broadcast sword fighting streams. I have done gaming live streams. I may yet again. I may, by gaming, I mean RPG gaming. I may do some just leisurely, like a leisurely Minecraft stream. I've really thought about it. But there are a lot of things I can do. There's nothing saying you have to stick to one topic. There will be people, if you're looking to market, if you're looking to monetize, if you're looking to put your story out there, put your story out there. Then you can worry about tweaking it, improving it, and saying, you got to get it out. You got to get your story written. Then you can move forward. I think so. I misread Fusion. It was so good. Yes, understand. Au contraire, Angelina. Those could be good topics if you're passionate about them. Love a good mystery book. Oh, I love a good mystery. Talk about merging interests. I even mentioned psychology during, mentioned Munzie during the psychology show last night. Yep, I had just missed the psychology show before I got an opportunity to have Xander tucked away enough to watch it. So I started on the intro one, and I got about halfway through your first actual program before it was late enough I needed to crash. And that works really well for me. It gave me an opportunity to get a feel for your lecture style and decide if I'm going to keep you at 1-to-1 or, one-time speed, or if as I am watching, I'm going to bump you up to 1.25, 1.5. Because when I am watching, a lot of times, if I don't have it going fast enough, I end up having to rewatch it a bunch of times, which sounds stupid, but I'm sure you understand. So Nick is saying I put him to sleep. No, I'm saying you relaxed me. I took the 8-year plan to get my college degree because, remember, I failed algebra 6.5 times. Well, no, I took it 6 times. So I failed it 5. Or did I take it 7? Anyway. Your eyes are getting heavier. It's your counselor voice. It doesn't make me sleepy. It makes me relaxed because okay, let me explain something to you. Excuse me for just a moment. You guys don't need to hear this. And now I unmute my camera, thus proving I did indeed watch the first one, or else I wouldn't have made that joke. But, itch now. I spent an unfathomable amount of time in lectures. I spent an unfathomable amount of time auditing classes when I wasn't in lectures. And then occasionally having the privilege to sit at or near extremely intelligent people, having extremely intelligent conversations who have been trained to speak in a reasonable and processable manner with full acting vocabularies. See, no, I hate it when you use it below my hearing level. See, no, I get that. Poor Donna, 24/7. Matt, it's like one of Mandy's voices, vocal patterns is in the range I can't hear, so I understand. But no, it was monstrously familiar. And yes, my brain was doing the same thing it always does, which is shuffling. These are useful, but not something I need to hold on. My brain started to go, well, that will probably be on the test. But for me, it was the lecture voice, and I think the lecture voice is slightly different than your counselor voice, but they're intimately acquainted. I know. I will say, and that's why your office is in the East Wing and mine is in the West Wing. You sure it's not just in the West Wing because you like to walk very quickly through corridors and have people say important sounding things to you? Oh, wait, no, the wrong West Wing. Anyway, random commercial time. Alrighty then, as we continue. And after I failed the second statistic course, second level statistic course for the second time, I switched my major from psychology to English. See, it's funny. I was terrible at algebra until a couple things happened. One, I started excuse me, the prof caught I was dyslexic, and I made it all the way into college before anyone bothered to tell me that I am functionally, I'm not dyslexic, well, that too, but dyscalculic. I transpose numbers constantly. They float. But you're right. Oh my gosh, I love you, Angelina, on a level I cannot present. I'm good at math, but statistics is not math, in my opinion. It's like philosophy with numbers. No wonder it was so natural for me. You see, because I've been a gamer forever, I have this near preternatural ability to predict outcomes in 5 percentile chunks. But I was sticking my tongue at Donna, not you. Very perceptive of you. Such a nerd in high school. I lettered in math league. That's cool. Terrible at algebra until I started using Excel. We'll talk about definitions and how each one has an effect on even stats. Oh, yes. The malleability of statistics. Floating numbers. Is that when you put helium into a number balloon? Kinda. No, if I look at a sheet of long numbers, like if I'm adding up a large quantity of numbers, old-fashioned, or especially sorry, you saw a visceral reaction. I will explain why in just a second. But numbers flow. This is why I don't do the bills. Mandy handles all the bills because it's way too easy for me to transpose numbers and screw stuff up. And very few things make me feel dumber than that. Because my whole schooling, you're so smart, you're just being lazy. Anyway, I was the numbers visually move. If you saw that Percy Jackson movie where they were showing him how bad his dyslexia and it turned into like ancient Greek or whatever. But when the things are shuffling around, that's real close, except they also flip on those accents. And once in a while, we'll just randomly switch over to letters. It gets ugly fast. But all the way through my schooling, as part of some kind of experiment, thing, math had to be done on yellow paper because yellow is higher contrast. With black ink, you do math with gray pencil, which makes it worse. It just means you get an extra headache and the numbers float more. Put helium into a number balloon. I like that. You mean like the paper I had to do back in high school where I didn't feel like doing the resort? Oh, you! I need a moment.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
All right. Sorry, I needed a moment. That just... Whew. 99 red balloons. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Anyway, which is so much worse knowing the context of that song. Anyway, I love the Percy Jackson. They were fun. I haven't read the book, I'll admit. Grade? I've never given anyone that grade before. I've gotten that grade. It's usually followed with see me in the office. Those red balloons remind me of the children's book, Good Night Moon. And also, It. There's a juxtaposition I did not expect to have running into my head. But, thank you, Foxy, for the calming, sanity restoring tone of your voice in your commercial. It did literally help me not go after that horrific revelation. No, seriously. Although, given my disagreements with yeah. I was never okay. I never lacked integrity in my academic pursuits. My behavioral pursuits, whole different ballpark. I totally didn't, forge my parents' signature on a "I got in trouble" note or anything like that a couple times in elementary, and a few much more effective versions in other points of my life. But sorry. I'm remembering some of the more nefarious efforts of my youth, and the shenanigans that may have resulted from them. And those aren't stories I want to say anywhere my son may hear it. Or my lovely adopted kids who are not in the chat today. Hi, Churro. Hi, Grim. And I went alphabetical. Don't give me that. Oh, God. I'm going to need to become wealthy somehow so I can have a very, very large house to house all the beloved miscreants in my life. Anyway, moving on. I can't write with pencils. This is going to sound weird, but it makes my teeth hurt. I think it's a sensory thing. Quite possibly. And I can understand it. I love the Percy Jackson books, hated the movie. That's fair. Conversely, I hated the FSOG books. Love the first and third. Tried to sleep on the second. Okay. My brain is flatlined on that acronym. I apologize. I don't know why y'all are surprised. Lazy. Yes. I respect being lazy. I respect being cunning. But to just simply overtly, flat out lie, yeah, I suppose that is lazy. It's an academic thing. Movies, brain got ahead of the fingers. Oh, it happens. And I first moved to Wichita many years ago. My first friends I made were PTA moms. They were, oh, God. You have my deepest condolences. I think I'm going to run some ads. This has been an odd one today. And you know what? I kind of love it.
It's time to scan, that is the plan with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too.
Oh, okay. Okay. 50 Shades of Grey. That makes sense because my brain was peeling away from that. Okay. I was a voracious reader in my youth. Okay. I read a lot of Piers Anthony. Well, one of my favorite books was by Piers Anthony. It was called Orne. Very good book. I think it's the second in the series, but it was what I counted. I started reading the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter books when I was like 10. And I associated with people who in some cases to this day are involved in shall we say selective literature and art. That being said, Like someone from Southeast Asia, I grew up with an unexpected measure of spice in my diet. When I heard about 50 Shades of Grey, I could not. Not that I was repelled. I was repelled by the fact it was done so poorly. But the thumbs, so many thumbs. I have no problem with someone writing what theoretically should be consenting adults. If either of these two things are not there, we have problems. You got to remember the first C in CNC is really, really important. But, and in this case, I am not talking about machining parts. Although, anyway. That was monstrous. And 50 Shades of Grey is just an episode of Criminal Minds, but with more money. Because if you were in a trailer, that wouldn't be a kink. That would be a crime. Oops. It's not that I was surprised on it, just still naughty girl. Yeah, you need to tend to her about that. First, the first one I thought was really bad. I never said anything. Then I went to all the movies with them in the next 5 years. Oh. Now, I mean, I can see them. My daughter and I decided to see them, and we laughed. Okay, I get that. I get the humor bits. I went to see the first one. They told us to get the theater 2 hours early. We sat on the floor with 100 teenage girls. We were the only group. See, no. Yes, I know. I need that little thing. Brother. So many youthful women getting the worst ideas about that set of cultures. I ripped apart the bottle. Only books I will ever slam publicly. Oh, they're slow. They took a while. The Belgariad, the Malorian, the Elenium, and the Tanui by David and Lee Eddings, a delightful fantasy series. Ooh, I may have to read those. I'm always looking for good ones. Made good material. I entered a humor speech contest, and my speech was called "Why I Pretend to Like Twilight." Oh gosh, Ella, that's delightful. Okay, guys, I got to run a couple ads and wrap this up. Yep. Okay, got to run an ad, and I'm going to wrap this up.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
All right, folks. Not that I'm not just thoroughly enjoying this conversation, but I got a message for somebody I'm going to have to deal with, and they need my help, so I'm going to be helpful. Guys, keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too, and I may be back doing a random calligraphy stream. We will talk. You guys have a great one. I will see you all very soon. Toodles.